Creation's Journey to Life, Day 38, Rebirthing as Life. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that all knowledge and information that forms part of all facets of the current world system are products of abuse that deny life and has been used to form the ego and the soul, with leaving life destitute and gasping for air. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that I cannot base my rebirth on current knowledge, no matter how spiritual, if it is not based on what is best for all life here on earth. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that when a child is born, they enter the world without knowledge and information, and that the child then gets programmed in the way the world wants the child. Thus, unless I let go of all knowledge and information and investigate all things anew, to establish what is really best for all life always, I will never find what's best, and I will always end up looking at things through the eye of my knowledge and judge anything that does not agree with me, making real birth as life impossible. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that once I let go of all knowledge, I must humbly walk the earth and study what has become of earth, so that I can become one and equal as earth, as the world system. And then, from within that, I must stand up as life and transform the world to life that is best for all, always, to prove that I have in fact changed myself to life, and that as life I will face anything, no matter how daunting, and will prevail, because I am as life, eternal, while that which abused life is temporary. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that letting go of knowledge to get to the state of nothingness as a child will take time, as I must delete from my body all memories that have become as personalities I now believe I am, and only when I am empty due to daily application consistently for 7 years will I reach nothingness, if I remain self-honest and never allow the ego as the false self to interfere. If I allow interference, my process will take longer. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that in my journey to nothingness, I will become part of a group, as only in a group can I be sure I have in fact removed all ego and become ready to birth myself as life. Any attempt to justify walking alone is always ego, using knowledge and information in ways that imply superiority or inferiority. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to associate rebirth to getting in touch with my feelings, without realizing that was the trap all along, to get me to accept my self-interest as more important than what is best for all life in every way. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to use my feelings and self-interest to blind me to the immense suffering that is happening on earth in my name as my dominion, where I, as human, am the creator. I commit myself to show the examples of the physical and the process of creation that reveal that knowledge and information based on self-interest will always lead to abuse. I commit myself to show that rebirth through spiritual means only births the ultimate ego as superconsciousness form, where none ever returned to life thus far. I commit myself to remind man that a child enters the world empty and without knowledge and information, and only becomes what they will be as adult due to brainwashing methods of education and parenting. I commit myself to walk the 7-year process day by day as a guide and example for those that would dare to return to life. I commit myself to challenge all knowledge and information that is not best for all life, and to establish and participate in research to investigate all things again, and to only keep what is best for all life always. I commit myself to remind man that Earth is where it will be established, who each one really is, life as the group life, or ego as loner that abuse.